So difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. But sometimes you gotta do that. I was up. I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
To keep everything right here.
There you go.
Or right here.
Yeah. You angelic all the time.
Access Hollywood caught up with Diddy recently, who had very nice things to say about you and your judging on the show. He thinks you're doing a great job. He says, let me find the quote, the way she's handled it, she's been such a compassionate person, it made me cry like twice. And then he's gonna be a mentor on the show. So he said he's gonna be the one to show the kids how to do it.
Right.
Do you have any advice for him to come on?
No, he knows what he's doing. I don't have really anything. No advice for him.
No advice for him. Anything to say about the kind words?
It's nice. It's sweet.
Jennifer Lopez is celebrated for her immense talent and the way she's dominated the entertainment industry. But behind her meteoric rise lies a story many may not know, a complex and troubling chapter tied to her past relationship with scene Diddy Combs. This relationship shares haunting similarities with later allegations made by Cassie, another woman in Diddy's life, pointing to a concerning pattern of behavior. While Jennifer's career flourished, some suggest that her success might have overshadowed deeper issues. Was the glamorous world Diddy built hiding something much darker? And if so, did people fail to notice or choose to look the other way? In the late 1990s, Jennifer and Diddy were a power couple. Jennifer was on the brink of superstardom with her debut album, while Diddy had already cemented his status as one of hip-hop's most influential figures. Together, they were a fixture at high-profile events, with Diddy appearing to support Jennifer's transition into music. However, behind the scenes, there were signs that his involvement went far beyond encouragement. Industry insiders and people close to Jennifer at the time reported that Diddy often exerted significant influence over her career and personal life. This included decisions about her music, public image, and even her creative direction. Many described his behavior as overstepping boundaries, treating her less as an equal partner and more as a project he could shape. For instance, Jennifer's song "Feelin' So Good" was heavily influenced by Diddy, who oversaw much of its production. It's been suggested that he borrowed tracks from other artists to fit his vision for her sound. Those close to Jennifer said Diddy was deeply involved in molding her music and image, steering her career toward what he believed was best. This influence extended beyond the studio. Diddy reportedly controlled their public appearances, deciding when and how they would be seen together to craft their image as a couple. Friends of Jennifer noted that he pushed her to adopt a more daring and flashy persona, which marked a stark departure from her earlier, more conservative Hollywood image. While Jennifer was evolving as an artist, many felt that Diddy's control was as much about serving his brand as it was about supporting her growth. As the relationship progressed, the dynamic reportedly became even darker, raising questions about the true cost of Jennifer's rise to fame and how much control she had over her own narrative during those formative years.
One of those breakups that really, it was like a tough one for
Jennifer Lopez reportedly endured emotional challenges during her relationship with Diddy, as his controlling behavior seemed to shift from guiding her career to exerting influence over her personal life. Friends noticed a change in Jennifer, describing how she appeared less confident and more isolated, as though she was constantly trying to meet his expectations, rather than pursuing her own goals. Allegedly, Diddy's temper could escalate, leaving Jennifer's friends concerned for her well-being. These accounts gained new context years later when similar allegations surfaced from Cassie, who filed a lawsuit detailing years of emotional and physical control by Diddy. Cassie's claims painted a troubling picture of manipulation that mirrored earlier reports from Jennifer's relationship with him. The parallels between Jennifer's and Cassie's experiences suggest a pattern of behavior. Both women, talented, powerful, and full of potential, found themselves in relationships where Diddy appeared to undermine their autonomy and diminish their agency. Cassie's lawsuit, which exposed years of psychological manipulation, now casts a long shadow over Jennifer's past, leaving many to question what might have been happening behind closed doors during their time together. The similarities between the two relationships are too striking to ignore, painting a picture of repeated behavior that has impacted the lives of those close to Diddy.
He was at the center of a violent incident again in December 1999, and this time, one of the biggest stars on the planet would be pulled into the fray.
Police say Lopez and Combs were picked up along with his bodyguard and driver, fleeing a shooting in a Manhattan nightclub that left 3 people injured.
Diddy was dating Jennifer Lopez. One night, he took her out to a New York City nightclub when all hell broke loose.
So essentially, J-Lo and Diddy were out partying with a couple of his friends, their friends, Shine, another rapper, and an altercation ensued, shots were fired.
I feel terrible that people were hurt that night.
Jennifer Lopez and Diddy's relationship made headlines in a dramatic way on December 27th during a night out at Club New York in Manhattan. A heated altercation broke out, escalating into chaos when someone in Diddy's entourage allegedly fired shots. Jennifer, who was with him at the time, was taken in for police questioning before being released. Though she wasn't charged, the incident left a lasting impact on her life and career. This wasn't the first time Diddy's behavior raised concerns. His jealousy over Jennifer reportedly led to moments of tension and even public altercations. Stories emerged about Diddy confronting men he believed were showing too much interest in Jennifer, painting a picture of a man struggling with intense possessiveness. His jealousy often escalated into arguments and aggressive behavior, revealing a darker side of his personality. Friends close to Jennifer grew increasingly worried about her safety, as Diddy's protectiveness seemed to blur into something more controlling. Jennifer found herself torn between her love for him and the chaos that seemed to follow him wherever he went. Her experience would later echo eerily in Cassie's story, which exposed even more disturbing patterns in Diddy's behavior, hinting at a troubling consistency in his relationships.
Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, has filed a $30 million lawsuit accusing him of forcing her to sleep with other men, take and other things.
A lawsuit filed against Sean Diddy Combs accuses the music performer and executive of physical and the singer Cassie says the incidents occurred throughout her 10-year relationship with Combs.
Diddy's former girlfriend, Cassie, has come forward with allegations that reveal the darker side of their relationship. In a lawsuit that made headlines, Cassie accused Diddy of years of physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. Her claims included chilling accounts of threats, intimidation, and manipulation, describing incidents where she was followed, monitored, and pressured, with Diddy allegedly taking extreme measures to maintain control over her. Cassie's revelations mirror the possessiveness and control Jennifer Lopez reportedly experienced during her relationship with Diddy decades earlier. Over recent months, other women have also spoken out, either anonymously or through close sources, sharing stories of feeling silenced, intimidated, or pressured by him. These allegations suggest a pattern of behavior that extends far beyond a single relationship, involving multiple women over the years. Cassie's courage in speaking out has opened the floodgates, prompting broader discussions about abuse and control in high-profile relationships and exposing troubling similarities that hint at a repeated cycle of harm.
It's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, like all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend. and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Despite her immense success and high-profile status, Jennifer Lopez has remained largely silent about any trauma she may have experienced during her relationship with Diddy. Over the years, she has occasionally alluded to difficult periods early in her career or mentioned life lessons learned, but she has never directly addressed incidents of control or emotional strain linked to Diddy. This silence is not uncommon, especially in Hollywood, where speaking out against powerful figures can come at a significant cost. For Jennifer, who was carefully building her career in the competitive entertainment industry, the risk of backlash or lost opportunities may have been too great. In the late 1990s, she was on the verge of becoming one of Hollywood's leading Latina stars, a rarity in a field with limited representation. The fear of jeopardizing her career, reputation, or lifestyle likely influenced her decision to remain silent. Hollywood's culture of silence has long protected powerful men, allowing them to maintain their influence unchecked. Women often face immense pressure to stay quiet out of fear of retaliation, being blacklisted, or losing access to opportunities. For Jennifer, speaking out in those early days could have cost her everything she had worked so hard to achieve. The recent lawsuit filed by Cassie has changed the conversation, shedding light on the challenges women face when confronting abuse by influential men. Cassie's bravery in coming forward with allegations of emotional, physical, and psychological abuse against Diddy has inspired others to consider breaking their silence. Her case has become a turning point, proving that powerful men can be held accountable and encouraging others who have been mistreated to share their stories. As the world watches these revelations unfold, many believe the truth is finally catching up with Diddy, who once seemed untouchable. Cassie's actions have opened the door for a broader reckoning, one that could reshape how Hollywood handles abuse and accountability moving forward.
What? What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby. It's hot outside. You wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
Jennifer Lopez, Cassie, and other women linked to Diddy have endured experiences that remained hidden for years. While their careers unfolded in the public eye, they carried the burden of fear and trauma behind the scenes. Now, as allegations surface and long-buried stories are brought to light, the question arises, who in the elite circles of Hollywood protected figures like Diddy for so long? Hollywood has long upheld certain individuals as untouchable, but those illusions are beginning to crack. These emerging accounts show that even the brightest stars often live with shadows of pain caused by those in positions of power. Fans have been quick to react, with many expressing strong opinions online. Comments such as, "Jennifer should have spoken up years ago. She knew what Diddy was doing, * reflect the growing scrutiny." Others highlight the complexities of these relationships, referencing the timeline when Diddy was still involved with Kim Porter, who was reportedly pregnant during his public romance with Jennifer. Another commenter wrote, * Diddy needs to be locked up, and anyone who enabled him should face justice too. These sentiments echoed the public's call for accountability as social media becomes a rallying point for support and discussion. The wave of support shows that people are ready to listen and act on these allegations, marking a shift in how society views power and abuse in Hollywood. As more voices come forward, one question remains: will justice finally catch up with Diddy? Let me know your thoughts on these ongoing revelations. Do you believe Hollywood is ready to hold its icons accountable? If you want to stay updated on stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.